Mr. Smith. My name is Lori Guffey. I'm one of the social workers here at the Community Health Center. You can call me Lori. Now, what would you like to be called?
Mr. Smith would be okay.
Okay. Now, I was looking over your notes from the other day where you had called in about an incident or some issues that you've been having lately. I'm glad that you've decided to make an appointment. Have you had counseling or sought any kind of help before today?
No, I haven't. I'm just really not all really into this.
Okay, now when you say you're not into this, what exactly do you mean?
You know, talking about feelings and stuff. I'm just not all about that.
Okay, are you feeling comfortable to share that today? I mean, I would just encourage you to be free with whatever you had to share.
I guess.
Okay. Well, one of the first things that we do need to go over is I need to review with you confidentiality. And that's basically letting you know that everything that we say here stays here. There's a few exceptions. The first one would be if you were to say you're going to harm yourself or harm someone else, I would need to report that. The second would be if you were to tell me about an incident of child abuse or another vulnerable person, such as an elderly person. If you told me about some abuse concerning an elderly person or neglect, I am mandated to report both of those situations. The third thing is we do have what's called IDT meetings, where the supervisors as well as the social workers get together and discuss cases, so your case would be discussed during that time. Another incident would be if the court subpoenaed your records for a court case. I would have to release that information, but I want you to know it would only be the minimal amount of information. And then the last thing, you signed some forms earlier before you came in, and that's just giving us permission to release your records to other doctors, like your family doctor or another doctor that you're going to at this time. Do you have any questions, or how does all that sound right now?
Sounds okay, I guess.
Okay. And why don't we begin with, first of all, I'll just kind of quickly go over that, with you being here and discussing what's going on, normally we would meet probably once a week for the next 2 or 3 weeks to kind of see where we'll go from there, to see about coming up with some goals and some strategies and to help you with what's going on. Okay, now do you have any questions about that?
I don't think so.
Okay. Why don't we go ahead and, why don't you tell me what's been going on?
Well, I called because I'm just getting real nervous and anxious when thunderstorms or when rain or when bad weather like that comes through.
Okay.
And I'm just really wanting some skills about how to kind of cope with things like that.
Okay, so you're getting very anxious and nervous when a storm's approaching.
Yes. I find myself when the weather report in the morning says it's going to be bad, I find myself then starting to check the radar constantly, looking outside, seeing what it's looking like outside. And as it comes through, I find myself pacing the floor, just being nervous as it's raining and storming, or I find myself on the phone looking at the radar,
Okay.
and trying to see when it's going to pass,
Okay.
and things like that. And
So
that's really disrupting, some activities.
Okay, so you're constantly looking at the radars and the news reports and pacing the floors, and you feel like it's interfering, disrupting some of your daily life.
Yeah, some, I guess. I guess this all kind of stems from when I was a kid. My grandmother would always pack us up and go to the neighbor's house whenever a storm would come through.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess I was always taught from an early age to be fearful of a storm. And so I find myself now being fearful of storms.
Okay.
Usually in the past, And then even now, I can handle things really well for the most part. I cope and handle things, you know, really well in stressful situations. And so, but for some reason, this is just getting the best of me, and I need to figure out how to get a handle of it.
Okay, so you're feeling like a lot of the feelings as far as being anxious and nervous and is stemming from your childhood, from that experience you had with your grandmother, maybe when you were growing up.
Yes.
Okay, and it sounds like, you know, now where do you work?
I'm a public school teacher.
Okay, so it sounds like with what you were describing, you do a lot of things well.
Yes, I work with teenagers all day long. Talk in front of them, teach them, manage them, and even when they become not manageable and hard to work with sometimes, you know, you can even handle myself really well in those kind of situations.
Okay, so you have, okay.
Thunderstorms for some reason are upsetting.
Okay, so you have good communication skills and handle stressful situations and stressful situations with your students very well. You know, that's considered to be several different strengths there that you've mentioned.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what we'll do is, you know, we'll continue to meet and of course go over some of our exercises, different strategies, and how does that all sound?
That sounds like a nice start.